Mustangs on the year. Mustangs, I'll get it here in just a minute. The Mustangs on the year are 0-5 in league, 3-9 overall. Mead comes in 4-0 in league, 8-3 overall. The Mead Mavericks average 70 points a game, giving up 56. The Mustangs average just 48.3 and give up 63 points a game. So another tough night here, as it looks on paper, for the Fort Morgan Mustang boys. As we get set here, get the introductions taken care of. And we'll see who the starting lineup is here for the Mavericks. And Nick Jacobs. And now Maher. Junior Trey Ward, a 6'2 junior. Also starting is Caleb Ayers, a 6'3 senior. And also starting is number 15, Jax Wilkie, a 6'8 senior. And he is one of the leading scorers here for the Mead Mavericks. So he averages 13 points a game. And now the starting lineup for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. They will start with Nick Norris, Jacob Ortega, David Serinana, Caden Edson, and Isaac Linker will be the starters for the Fort Morgan Mustangs tonight. So a lot of height here on Mead's side, as they have five young men here that are 6'4" or larger. So they will need to get position on these Mead Mavericks on the rebounds. See if they can get them in a little bit of foul trouble. We'll see how that goes. The head coach for the Fort Morgan Mustangs is Andy Schoen, assisted by Jim Krackemeyer, Greg Edson, TJ Snyder, and C.W. Scott. Head coach for the Mead Mavericks is Darren Reese. He is helped by Mike Ward, Joe Rosenbrock, Ish Aldana, and Josh Lawley. And Nick Norris will jump center, and I presume that will be against Jax Wilk, the 6'8 senior. Nope, it will not be. Jumping will be Nick Jacobs, a 6'2 junior. So the tip is taken away by the Mavericks, and that three is up and no good. Going to be rebounded to Maher, and that is going to be then taken away by Jacob Ortega. Caden Edson with a jumper from the right side is up and good for Edson. Just put the Mustangs up 2-0. As they get the ball into the hands of Trey Ward. Ward's going to drive it, pop from the baseline, up and no good. Going to be tipped out of bounds, and they're saying it's off of Mead. So possession to the Mustangs as Serinana gets the ball up into the front court as he is being guarded by Ayers. Caleb Ayers, a 6'3 senior. Oh, that's going to be a turnover by the Mustangs. A bad pass by Serinana. Layup is going to be up and good for Ward. Trey Ward. So 2-2 here early on. With just a minute gone here in this contest. Serinana to Linker out high over on the far side to Edson for a three, and that is up and no good, but he was fouled on the tray, so he will go to the line to shoot three. So Edson to the line to shoot three, and he did not catch that. Foul was on, did not put it up, I'm not sure. I think it was on Jake Jacobs. That first free throw is up and good by Edson. Next free throw bounces around and goes in. He does get one more. As that foul was on number 2 on Nick Jacobs. So Caden Edson to shoot free throw number 3. As the Mustangs are up 4-2 early on here. Edson with his third free throw, and that is off the side of the rim and no good. Rebounded into the corner by Wilkie. Wilkie gets the ball back into the front, and he's going to drive it down, picks up his dribble. Now we're on the far side, and that three is going to be up and in and out, but rebounded by Jacobs. Oh, nice. It looks like a good block, but they're going to call a foul on Nick Norris. On the drive. So that will send Caleb Ayers to the line to shoot 2. And that first free throw is up and good. That free throw rattles in and is also good. So 2 points on the night for Ayers. Full court pressure, but the Mustangs get it up into the front court to Ortega. Ortega now to Serenana out front. Dribbles with that right hand. Now picks it up to Linker out at the point. Now to Jacob. And that is going to be a long shot and rebounded by Ward. And ball is going to be finally taken away by the Mustangs underneath. So turnover by the Mavericks. Now Jacob Ortega, his pass is going to be, it was deflected. Isaac Linker with a nice job of getting that ball back. 4-4 here. It's 5:50 to go here, first period. Get it to Ortega in the corner now underneath to Nick Norris. His layup is up and good for Norris. Mead gets it up the court quickly to get it into the hands of Ayers. Ayers now into the corner, now underneath to Wilkie. Wilkie being guarded by Norris. Going to be a pass out front, and that three is going to be up and good by Ayers. Now the Mustangs find themselves down by 1, 7-6. Nice shot there by Ayers. Gets it into the lane, picks up his dribble. He's got to get out of there. Now he gets it off to Linker out at the point. Linker gets it off to Serenana. Serenana backs it out. Going to drive it down, going to kick it off to Jacob Ortega. Ortega at the right elbow, now to Caden Edson. Edson with the layup, and that is going to be blocked and taken away. And then almost taken away by Edson. And that pass is going to be, they're going to discuss it now. I thought it was, they're going to say it was tipped out of bounds off of the Mustangs. So Mead will inbounds right baseline. They get it into Wilkie. Wilkie with a little hesitation. Now the little jumper is going to be up and short. They're going to call Wilkie, I believe, over the back. So nice job there by the Mustangs to get position as they call Wilkie over the back. But Mead will put on a full court press here with Serenana to inbounds. He gets it in to Norris. Norris now to Edson. Edson into the front court, and Edson almost could have been called for the double dribble there. He lost it for a minute, but did retain it. So Serenana out on the right wing. Nice pass underneath to Edson. He was tripped, but no call. Now an errant pass. Nice job up Wilkie with the little putback. Was up and good for Wilkie. That ball was off the backboard, and Wilkie came down with it and puts it back up and in for his first 2 points of the night. Averages right around 13 points a game. Jacob Ortega up with the right-handed layup, up and good. Mavericks get the ball down the floor quickly with Ayers. And now Wilkie for a three, and that is up and good for the big man. 5 points on the night for Wilkie, 12-8 Mavericks. Linker with the layup up and no good, rebounded by Norris. Norris' shot is going to be up and no good, but they're going to call a foul. And that will go on Ayers, his first, team third. So Nick Norris will go to the line to shoot 2. Right now the Mustangs hanging with the Mavericks, and that shot is up and good by Nick Norris. Noah Rojo is in for Caden Edson. So Norris will shoot free throw number 2. And that is in and out, rebounded by Wilkie. Get the ball down court quickly. Ayers from the corner, and that three is up and no good. Tipped around and rebounded by Linker. Jacob Ortega dribbles it all the way down, picks it up now to Norris. Gets it out to Linker. Oh, bad pass. He thought Norris was going to go to the bucket and did not, so the ball went out of bounds. 12-9 Mead as they get the ball up court quickly with Will Maher. Oh, nice cut to the basket. Layup is up and good by Trey Ward. (14-9) with 2:55 to go here first period. The Mustangs need to get some offense here to stay with this team. Three is going to be up and no good. It's going to be rebounded, taken away by Norris. Norris strong to the bucket, but does not come away with it. Into the hands of Maher. Now to Wilkie. Wilkie's jumper is up and good. So a 30-second timeout is going to be taken here by the Mustangs as it's starting to slip away here. But Wilkie has a nice little jumper there. He also hit from deep. So he has 7 points on the night, does Wilkie. He does average 13 points a game. Ayers averages 12 points a game. Maher averages 11, and Jacobs averages 13.1 points per game. So a lot of points put on the board each night for the Mead Mavericks. They average 70 points a game. So far, Wilkie with 1 foul, Ayers with 1, Nick Jacobs with 1. So far, Nick Norris is the only Mustang with a foul. Ball now into Rojo. They get it into the hands now of Andres Dubre. Dubre now out front to Serinana. Serinana to Linker. Linker out at the point. Now a three, but that ball is going to be blocked, and that was blocked by Trey Ward. Now Edson back in. Edson is in for Serinana. Edson with a little jumper is up and no good. Outlet is down the floor quickly, and that layup is going to be up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Linker. Jacob Ortega with a wild shot, and that's going to be rebounded by Jacobs. Nice touch pass. We're going to take it back out now to KJ Jacobs, but did not come down with it. Now there's going to be a foul on. It's going to be on Mead, and that will be a foul on McGill. Be his 4th. Ball into Jacob Ortega. Ortega on the right wing. Going to dribble down against Wilkie. Shot is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Jacobs. They like to run and gun. Back to Wilkie. Wilkie passes out front to Jacobs. Cross court now to Maher. Maher with a layup and under on the layup. Nice job there by Mayer. As the Mustangs down 9, 18-9. Dubray, a three is up and good for Andres Dubray. For the three, and that shot up and no good, going to be rebounded by Rojo. Rojo's going to drive it all the way down. His layup is up and no good, going to be rebounded by Ward, his second of the night. 40 seconds left here in this first period, 18-12, and that three is going to be up and good again by Wilkie. So the refs thought Coach Schoen had wanted a timeout, but did not. He just put up the play that he was wanting them to run. So Adam Cardona into the game for the Mustangs. And Isaac Linker will take a seat. So Jacob Ortega, Noah Rojo, Caden Edson, Andres Dubray, and Adam Cardona on the floor with 33.8 seconds. They get it into Cardona. Jacob into the front court. Now he's going to drive it all the way down. Layup is going to be up and good for Jacob Ortega as he took it right into the timber in there. It looks like Mead will settle for the last shot here with Maher gives it off now to Ward. Jacobs now underneath to Wilkie. That was too easy for Wilkie. He was right there at the bucket. 2 seconds. Edson with a long three, and that is off the end wall and no good. So the Mustangs down 9 at the end of one. 23-14 on B106 and B106.com. 23-14 Mead as we get this second period started. Into the game is David Wilhelm for the Mead Mavericks. So David Serenana, Adam Cardona, Caden Edson, Nick Norris, and Noah Rojo, and a steal on the far side. But then a grab by Serenana, his first, team second. So only have 3 turnovers for the Mustangs, 1 for the Mavericks. Now the first one here in the second period. Ball on the far side, going to be a cut to the basket, and that is going to be up. Oh, that was a late foul. Late whistle on the foul. And they're going to call Nick Norris for his second. And that will send Wilhelm to the line to shoot 2. First free throw is up, in, and out for Ward. He does shoot at 71%. Simon Graff in now for Nick Norris. So Wilhelm does get that one, bounced all around and finally stayed in for his first point of the night. Mustangs with the ball up into the front court. Serenana has that ball tipped away and taken in a two-handed stuff by Bartholomew on the break. 26-14. The Mustangs down 12 now. Serenana, he keeps thinking about the three. They're going to give it off to Adam Cardona. His three is up and no good, rebounded by Wilhelm. And now the layup at the other end is going to be good by McGill. They get out and they run. And they get the rebound. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll just keep it here. But when Mead gets that rebound, there's already somebody almost to the free throw line at the other end on the break, and they are hitting their layups and they're hitting their shots. Wilkie so far with 12, and he averages 13 points a game, so he's already at his average. There's a lot of guys that can put the ball in the hoop. So far they're doing it 28-14 as they've doubled up the Mustangs here in this second quarter with 6:58 to go here in this first half. So Fort Morgan to inbounds far end as the Mavericks will trap. They get it into Ortega. Ortega gets it up into the front court. Now to Serinana. Serinana out high. Keeps that dribble alive, being guarded by Wilhelm. Serinana is going to stop. Going to give it to Ortega in the corner. Ortega's going to drive it. And the ball is going to be taken away underneath. And Wilhelm, it's going to be off of Serinana and out of bounds. So Mead will retain possession. See who's going to throw it in over there. Nick Jacobs will throw it in for Mead as they have lost containment over here, and that three is going to be up and good for Ayers. Fort Morgan lost him on the inbounds. Now Ortega going to drive it down. Now there's going to be a push foul, so the ball will be out of bounds underneath, and that foul will go on Wilhelm. 5 team fouls on the Mavericks, 3 on the Mustangs. The Mustangs will inbound right baseline of their basket with Ortega. They look to get it in. They do get it into Graff, but that was off of Mavericks and out of bounds. So now the Mustangs will inbounds near side in front of the Maverick bench. A lot of long, lengthy players here for this Mead Maverick team. Graff on the other side now to Edson. Edson going to drive it into the layup. Little jumper is going to be off the back of the rim and no good. Going to be rebounded by Edson. And now the three is going to be taken in and out. Rebounded by Ayers. And now a jump is going to be called, and that will be possession to the Mavericks, Mead Mavericks. So they will inbounds here at the near end. They will go to the far end. Wilkie back into the game for Mead. 31-14, 5:48 to go here, second period. Ayers with the head fake. He's going to dribble it down. Now he's going to kick it out. Now underneath the Wilkie. And that's going to be a turnover. Not a good pass by Wilkie. Linker and Dubray in for Simon Graff and Adam Cardona. So Linker will inbounds. Far end, they get the ball. Oh, it's going to be an errant pass by Dubray. So a turnover by the Mustangs. Fourth one here in this second period. As Mead will now inbound in front of their own bench. They get the ball into Ward. As they will set up their offense. Kind of a high-low setup here. Now underneath. Oh, nice job there by the Mead Mavericks. The bucket up and good for Nick Jacobs as he was wide open underneath. Caden Edson for a three from the corner. That is up and good for Caden Edson. Finally, the Mustangs get on the board here. Turnover on the other end by the Mavericks. Now a layup is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Wilkie. Ward now to Jacobs. Now into the corner to Bartholomew. Out high to Wilkie. Wilkie's going to drive it in. Now pass underneath. That layup is going to be up and good by Ayers. So they just kind of lob it up there and they go up for it. They've got the height advantage, that's for sure, on the Mustangs. Nice give and go here as Andres Dubray with the bucket. 5 points on the night for DuBray. And that three is going to be up and good from the corner for a three for Ayers. So he has 3 threes on the night. 38-19. And a three by the Mustangs is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Wilkie. And going to be taken away by the Mustangs in the backcourt. And now a three is going to be up and off the rim and no good. Going to be rebounded by Ayers. Into the corner, and that three is going to be up and good. They are draining it from downtown, and that is Nick Jacobs. So 41-19. Jacob Ortega now out to Edson. Edson picks up his dribble. Now it's going to give it off to Ortega. Ortega's going to drive it now to Edson. Edson for the three, and that is up and good for Caden Edson. Back-to-back threes. 41-22. 19-point lead here for the Mavericks. I thought they were going to try to get it into Wilkie. And a nice job there. Nice overplay. And nice steal there by Isaac Linker. Caden Edson's going to dribble it down. Layup is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Bartholomew. Jacobs all the way down. Now Wilkie, his little jumper is up and good. So it looks like they were just calling time to get players onto the court. Nick Norris into the game for the Mustangs. Anders DuBray will go out as the Mustangs get it into the backcourt, down 41-22. And that's a turnover as the freshman Marquez drubbed his foot. Fernando Marquez. So the Mead Mavericks now with the ball in their front court. They're going to get it underneath to Wilkie. Little turn layup is going to be up and good for Wilkie. He just made that quick pivot underneath, and he just went right to the basket. 45-22, 23-point lead here underneath to Norris, and that's going to be blocked by Wilkie. Now the pass down court is going to be saved. Now a three from the corner is going to be up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Norris. He gets it to Marquez. Marquez with a stutter step layup. It's going to be up and good by Marquez. Little stutter step and keeping up with the ball. 45-24 with 2 minutes left here. The Mavericks well in control here. They've been draining it from deep, and also Wilkie with a number of points here. Wilkie gonna pass it back out. Ayers now with it. It's going to give it off to Bartholomew. Now pass is going to be over the head of Trey Ward and out of bounds. So each team I have with 5 turnovers here in the second period. Anders DuBray in for Nick Norris. We also have David Serinana in, along with Noah Rojo and Adam Cardona. So 45-24, a good student crowd here for both teams. Anders DuBray out here at the 3-point line. Gives it off now to Marquez. Now to Rojo. Rojo with a little jumper, and that is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Wilkie. Have him for 5. Now they're going to stop and pop for a 3, and that is up and no good. Rebounded by Jacobs. And Ayers underneath. That little backhanded layup is going to be up and good by Ward. It's kind of a backhanded underhand layup by Ward. Nice pass there, nice layup. Oh, up and no good, and rebounded to Mayer. Going to stop and pop for a 3, and that is up and no good. Rebounded by Ward, and that shot is going to be up and good by KJ Jacobs, his first points of the night. 49-24. Get the ball into the hands of Marquez. Marquez is going to drive it down. His layup is up and no good. And that foul will be on KJ Jacobs. And that will send Fernando Marquez to the line to shoot 2. With 26 and a half seconds left here, second period, 49-24 Mead. At Fort Morgan with 8 turnovers, the Mead Mavericks with 6. First free throw is up and good for Marquez. His third point of the night. So we have Dubray and Cardona, Marquez, Serenana, and Rojo on the floor for the Mustangs. That free throw is in and out. Rebounded and off of the hands of the Mead Mavericks. So Marquez to inbounds, and that ball is going to be tipped. So turnover number 6 here in the quarter by the Mustangs. Wilkie with a head fake now underneath, and that tipped up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Cardona, his first of the night. With 9 seconds left, 8 seconds. Going to hand it off to Marquez. Marquez with a dribble layup is going to be up and good at the buzzer for Marquez. So the Mustangs finish it with a bucket here at halftime, but they're still down 22, 49-27 as we go to halftime on B106 and B106.com. About a minute left here in the halftime as the Mustangs, I believe, finally make their way back out of the dressing room or wherever they go for halftime. But this Mead Mavericks bunch is a long, lanky group of kids. Nick Jacobs is at 6'4", David Wilhelm is at 6'4", Trey Ward is at 6'2", Caleb Ayers is at 6'3", Jax Wilkie is at 6'8", Jacob Bartholomew is at 6'4", KJ Jacobs is at 6'4". They only have one individual that is under 6 feet, and that is Hayden Sock. He is 5'9". Everybody else is at least, Wilmer is at 5'10". Some long, lengthy, only 2 blocks though so far for the Mavericks. And it will be Mustang basketball as we will get this second half started here shortly. Caden Edson, Jacob Ortega, David Serenana, Nick Norris, and Isaac Linker on the floor for the Mustangs. As for the Mead Mavericks, on the floor is Nick Jacobs. I believe that's Will Maher, Jax Wilkie, Trey Ward, and Caleb Ayers. The Mustangs get the ball in court, down 49-27. Serenana picks up his dribble. Good defense by the Mavericks. Now a foul is going to be called out front on Ward. That is his first. As Linker went to get the ball, Ward grabbed onto him. So Linker to inbounds far side in the front court. Now they get the ball into Serenana. Serenana being guarded by Ayers. Serenana's going to back out, fake the 3. Now Jacob Ortega with a 3, and that is up and no good. Rebounded by Norris. Shot is going to be blocked and taken away. Should be off the Mavericks. But Nick Norris with the rebound, and then he had his shot blocked. The Mavericks could not control the ball. Caden Edson gets the ball into Nick Norris in the left corner. Caden Edson's going to drive the baseline. He's going to kick it out to Linker. Linker's going to drive it down. His high arcing shot is good off the backboard and in for Linker for his first 2 of the night. But he arced that way over the top of Wilkie. Now they're going to try to get it into Wilkie, and that is going to be off of Caden Edson. Thought it was off of Wilkie, but the ref said it was off of Edson. As they will inbounds, they get it into Wilkie. Now he sets a screen in the corner. He doesn't take it. Is Maher. And now over on the far side, a 3 is going to be taken, and that is up and no good. The ball is going to be tipped around and finally taken by Ortega. So Ortega's going to drive it in, and he's going to kick it off to Edson for a three, and that is up and no good. It's going to be rebounded by Ayers. And now the pass underneath is going to be deflected out of bounds by the Mustangs. And Mead will inbound right baseline of their basket as they look to get it into Wilkie. Wilkie's going to try a three from straight on, and that is nothing but net for Wilkie. What a shot for that 6'8" senior. 52-29. Now the ball is going to be taken away underneath. And Mavericks do save it. And going to be a turnover by the Mavericks as the Mustangs come away with it. Nick Norris is going to go down. His layup is going to be up and good. And he is fouled by Nick Jacobs, but strong move by Nick Norris to the basket. 5 points on the night for Norris, and he will go to the line to shoot one. 6:17 left here, third period, 52-31. Nick Norris can make it a 20-point game. I think that even missed the, just hit the glass. He missed the rim altogether on that, so the Mead will take it out underneath. With Nick Jacobs as he gets it into the hands of Will Maher. Maher with the left-handed dribble, hands it off to Wilkie out high, now to Ayers. To Ward. Ward with a attempted dunk but missed it. And Nick Norris comes down with the rebound off to Caden Edson. And Caden Edson with the layup up and no good. Nick Norris with the rebound, but he is fouled. And that foul will go on Ward, his second. So Norris back to the line to shoot two. He just missed his one free throw, and that's off the side of the rim and no good. Now into the game is Jacob McGill, and Nick Jacobs will come out. As the net got tangled up a little bit, Isaac Linker jumps up, straightens it out. So Nick Norris will try for his third time here, see if he can get the free throw in. He was 1 of 2 in the first half. And that one is in and out, rebounded though by Ward. And a three from the left side is up. The ref thought they had called a timeout and the whistle had blown, so I don't think the basket will count. The basket will not. They're going to talk it over here. So he had let the ball go before the whistle had blown. The three was good. I'm not sure. I don't remember who it was now. I believe it was Will Maher that made the shot. But I think they're going to wave it off and give Mead the ball on the far side. But this underneath ref thought that the coach from Mead had called a timeout, which he did not. So now they will inbounds far side, mid-court, or mid-front court, excuse me. Now it's going to be lobbed underneath. Nice job, though, by Nick Norris to knock it away. Mustangs get it up into the front court, now to Norris. Far side to Ortega for a three, and that is up and no good. Misses the whole rim. Rebounded by Ayers, and that's going to be taken away by the Mustangs, and then that's going to be thrown away by the Mavericks. Now a two is going to be taken, and that is up and no good. Tapped around and finally taken by Jacob Ortega. He gets it into the front court. Now he loses possession of the ball to the Mavericks. Now I thought it was going to be a three, but nice job by Isaac Linker to break up that lob. Now Wilkie's going to go all the way in, and he's going to pass it out to Maher. Now Wilkie's going to get it back in the lane, and he's going to kick it off to Maher in the corner, and that three is up and good. So that will make it 55-31. And a full timeout is going to be taken here by Mead, so we'll take one with them here with 4:55 in the third period. 55-31 Mavericks on B106 and B106.com. 55-31, 4:55 left here in this third period as the Mead Mavericks have outscored the Mustangs here in this third period 6-4. That is on 2 threes, one by Maher and one by Wilkie. Mustangs get the ball in the backcourt to Serinana. Now to Caden Edson, to Linker in the left corner, back to Edson. Edson's going to dribble it down, and he's going to arc it up and over, but the shot was missed. McGill with the rebound. So he gets it off into the hands of Maher. Now, I thought it was going to be a deep three, but they're going to call a travel on the far side on Ward. So 4 turnovers here in this third period by the Mavericks, 3 on Fort Morgan. Linker gets it into Serinana. He gets it up into the front court. Nice screen there by Linker. Linker's going to go into the lane, hands it off to Adam Cardona, who is into the game. Cardona goes up for 2. Now on the near side is Maher. They're going to go cross court to Wilhelm for the 3, and that is off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Linker. He's going to hand it off to Serinana. So Serinana on the far side. Rojo also into the game. 3 is up and no good, and off the top of the backboard and no good by Linker. So Fernando Marquez into the game for Caden Edson. (55-33), 3:47 left here, third period. They're going to call a travel as it looked like Will Maher drug his foot. So 5 turnovers by the Mavericks here in this third period, 3 by the Mustangs. So Wilkie will come out. Jacob Bartholomew will go in. Wilkie with 19 points. Serinana all the way is going to drive it up, and that ball is going to be blocked underneath as they get the ball up court to Maher. Cross court to McGill, now underneath to Bartholomew. Now a 3 is going to be up, and that is going to be up and good by Maher. So 2 threes from Maher. Mustangs get the ball up court. Linker out at the high right wing. 3:05 left to go. And an errant pass. Oh, it's going to be saved. No, it was over and back on the Mustangs. So their 4th turnover here, 13 on the game. So Andres Dubray into the game for Isaac Linker. Mead gets the ball in court to Maher. Now out on the far right wing is Wilhelm. As they're going to be into the corner. Another 3 is going to be up and no good. A strong rebound underneath. Oh, looked like a nice block. They're going to call the body on Andres Dubray. As Wilhelm had gone up for the basket. So Andres Dubray with his first. Team first. So Wilhelm will go to the line to shoot 2. The first one is up and good for Wilhelm. He was 1 of 2 early on. Now a couple of changes here for the Mead Mavericks as KJ Jacobs is in. That free throw also up and good. So the Mustangs with the ball in the backcourt with Serinana down 60-33. With 2:40 left here in the third. Serinana picks up his dribble. Now Dubray, his shot is going to be off the rim and no good. Going to be rebounded by Bartholomew. Going to head fake. They're going to see he shuffled his feet on the head fake. So 6 turnovers here in this third period, 12 on the night for Mead. 2:18, 60-33. Into the corner is Marquez, going to drive it up, underhand layup. It's going to be up and good for Marquez. 7 points on the night for Marquez. Maher gets it on the far side to Jacobs. Now over into the corner to Bartholomew, out high to Wilhelm. Errors on the cut through. That's going to be taken away by Andres Dubray. They get to the hands of David Serinana. Now to Rojo out front. To Serinana. I thought he was going to take it. Was it being a deep three, but he picks it up. Now to Andres Dubray in the lane. His shot is going to be blocked. And a jump is going to be called, and that will be possession to Mead. So we have Simon Graff, Caden Edson, and Jacob Ortega into the game. Noah Rojo, David Serinana. Let's see who else came out. Couldn't see who the other one was that came out. 60-35. Now another three is going to be taken, and that is off the rim and no good. Over the back, though, I believe is going to be KJ Jacobs with his second. As I said, he had his hand in the back of Adam Cardona. So on the floor for the Mustangs is Simon Graff, Caden Edson, Adam Cardona, Jacob Ortega, and Andres Dubray. Yes, Caden Edson hands it off to Cardona, now to Linker, or to Graff. Shot is going to be up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Maher, and then a foul on the reach. And that will be on Jacob Ortega. That will be his first. Team's second. So not a lot of fouls here tonight, or at least not a lot called anyway. 5 so far on the Mustangs for the night. 10 on the Mavericks. They get the ball underneath it to Bartholomew as he holds on to it, being guarded by Dubray. Little left-handed hook is going to be up and good for Bartholomew. 4 points on the night for Bartholomew. 2 here in the third period. 38 seconds left here, third period. 62-35 Mead. Ortega to Edson. Edson runs it down after he loses control of it. Edson still with possession. Somebody's got to get loose. Simon Graff finally does out front. Hands it off to Adam Cardona. Picks up his dribble now to Ortega. 16 seconds. Let's see if they'll just settle for the last shot. And then that ball is going to be taken away. Not a good pass. Wilhelm. Now it's going to be out front to Jacobs. And Jacobs misses that three. Rebounded. And that's the end of the third period. But the Mustangs find themselves down big as the Mead Mavericks lead at 62-35 as we enter the fourth period on B106 and B106.com. Start of the fourth quarter here, 62-35 Mead, as Isaac Linker will throw it in to David Serinana in the backcourt. Caden Edson, Nick Norris, and Jacob Ortega also on the floor. For the Mustangs, Ortega hesitates the three, dribbles it into the lane, passes it out. It's going to be tipped out of bounds by Jacobs. So Fort Morgan to retain possession as they will inbounds in front of their own bench near side. That ball is going to be kicked, so they'll try it again. As they tried to get it into Serinana. Now they're going to get it into Norris. Norris hands it off to Edson. Edson underneath, going to get it out to Linker. Norris in, and now the left-handed layup is going to be up, and right-handed hook shot, by Norris is up and good over Wilkie. Now Mead with the ball in the front court, and they get it up there quick. Underneath to Wilkie. Wilkie passes cross court to Jacobs, and that three is off the rim and no good. Going to be rebounded by McGill, and that three is up and no good. Going to be rebounded. They're going to be on Caden Edson. They're going to call that on Nick Norris, his third. So Mead to inbound right baseline of their basket. They do get it in to McGill. Now out front to Ayers. Oh, that looked like Jacob had a good, blocked it out of his hand, but they're going to call the foul on Jacob Ortega. Be his second. Yeah, they were lining up like he was going to shoot free throws, but that wasn't anywhere close to being a free throw. They're going to throw it in, lob it in, and that is going to be up and good to Nick Jacobs. As the Mustangs throw the ball away in the front court, over in the far corner, and that three is going to be up and no good, going to be rebounded. They're going to call Wilkie over the back. That is only his second. Nice job by Nick Norris to get position. So Isaac Linker to inbounds. As Ayers will apply a little pressure in the backcourt as he's guarding Serenana, but they get the ball into Edson. 64-37. Get the ball into Nick Norris, but he loses it on the turnover. Ayers now underneath, and that foul is going to be on the floor. And I think that is going to be on Norris. That will be his fourth. They're going to say it was before the shot. So Mead will inbound right baseline of their basket. 64-37. As they look to get it wide open underneath and up and no good, but then a foul is going to be called on Mead, and that will be on Ward. That will be his third. As the Mustangs look to throw the ball in. Willow Coffee and Bake Shop, get a delicious treat, breakfast or lunch option to make the day better. 921 Edson Street in Brush today. Or that would be tomorrow. They're probably closed right now. So 64-37. They get the ball into Linker in the lane. Now it's going to be to Edson. He's going to drive that baseline. The layup is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Ayers. That's his fifth I have for the night on their rebounds. Ward going to get it off to Wilkie. He's being guarded at the baseline, double teamed. Now the ball is going to be taken away by Nick Norris. Nick Norris is going to go up with a layup and comes up just short and rebounded to Ayers. Now over here in the corner for Jacobs. He's going to go cross court to Ward. Now underneath, now out here for the three, and that is going to be up and no good. Going to be tipped around and finally taken away by Edson. As Edson looks to get rid of the ball, picks up his dribble, gives it off to Serenana with 5:35 to go, 64-37. Layup is going to be up and no good. Going to be off of Mead and out of bounds. So 4 substitutions here for the Mead Mavericks. As Ward will come off, Jacobs will come off, Ayers will come off, and Wilkie will come off. So the Mustangs will inbounds left baseline of their basket, down 64-37. Only had one bucket so far. Both teams have only had one bucket here so far in this fourth period. That shot by Norris is going to be blocked, taken away by Jacob Ortega. Nice job there by Ortega. Layup is going to be up and no good. They're going to call a block foul on the Maverick. And that will be on McGill, his second. So Jacob Ortega will go to the line to shoot 1 and 1. So not a lot of fouls, as I have said before, have been called here tonight. That free throw is up and good. 5 points on the night for Jacob Ortega. Next free throw up and short, going to be Nick Norris goes to the ground, nothing called. Off of Mead and out of bounds. So the Mustangs will inbounds left baseline with Jacob Ortega as he tries to get the ball in. He does to Norris. Edson for a three from the left. That is up and no good. Going to be rebounded. It's going to be off of Mavericks and out of bounds once again with 5:12 left. The Mustangs look to get the ball in. And that three is up and good by Ortega. His first three of the night. As the Mavericks quickly get the ball up in the front court. Wilhelm now over on the far side to Jacobs. Underneath. Well, that shot is going to be partially blocked by Nick Norris. Now he gets it off to Linker. Another three for Ortega, and that is up and good again for Jacob Ortega. Back-to-back threes. 20-point lead. Now another steal by the Mustangs. As Caden Edson's going to drive it all the way down, but they're going to call an offensive foul on Edson. But he had good position underneath there. But that foul will go on Caden Edson. That was his first, team sixth. Mustangs down 20, 64-44 with 4:30 left here in the contest. Far side to Wilhelm. They're going to call Wilhelm for the travel. So 4 turnovers in the quarter by Mead. 17 in the game for Mead. Sarignano with the ball out at the high right side. Jacob Ortega picks up his dribble. Not a lot of room once he picked up their dribble. Mead with some pretty good man-to-man defense. Sarignano on the pass. They're going to call a foul. And they're going to call that on McGill. That will be his third. So that will send Sarignano to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. 18 fouls on the Mavericks, 6 on the Mustangs. That free throw is up and good by David Sarignano. So a 19-point lead here now as we close in on 4 minutes left here, and that free throw also up and good. So the Mustangs finishing strong here in this fourth quarter. They just got down way too far as the Mavericks work their offense. Oh, nice job by Isaac Linker. He just stole the ball right away from Jacobs. He had the ball over his head, and Linker just came out from behind and took it away. Another three by Ortega, and that is up and no good. Rebounded by Wilhelm. Now a travel in the backcourt by Maher. So a timeout is taken by Mead. It's just going to be a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it here with 3:37 left as the Mustangs have cut this to an 18-point lead, 64-46. Up next for the Mustangs, they will be at Frederick on Friday night, 7 o'clock game. The girls' game will be at 5:30. We'll have both of those games here on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com. And then they will, after the Frederick game, they will be off until the 24th here at Fort Morgan against Roosevelt. So not an easy road here for the Mustangs this year in this Tri-Valley League. So Jacob Ortega, as they get the ball in, but it's going to be taken away. Yeah, finally going to be taken away. Then taken back by the Mustangs. Linker's going to drive it into the lane. And as he tries to go up with it, they're going to call a foul as Linker tried to go up with the ball. And I believe that was on Bartholomew. That will be his first. So Linker for the 1-and-1. And that one, that was for a two-shot foul, But he misses the first. Linker with just 2 points on the night. As he dribbles and shoots, and that one is up and good. 3 points on the night. Still only one basket so far in this fourth quarter for Mead. Wilhelm now into the corner to Jacobs. Now cross court to Maher. Now back up front to Jacobs. As they look to try to get somebody free underneath. Wilhelm out to Maher out on the left wing. Now a three is going to be taken. That is up and good by KJ Jacobs. So 67-47, back to that 20-point lead. Noah Rojo tried to get it underneath, but that ball was taken away by the Mavericks. Now a foul is going to be called on Linker as he tried to reach around from behind and knock the ball away. So down 20, 67-47. Andres Dubray getting ready to come in for the Mustangs as Nick Norris will come out. And Fernando Marquez will come in for David Serinana. With 2:40 left here as the Mustangs will go to 0-6 in league play and 3-10 overall. And that free throw is up and no good. Layup is going to be up and good for Marquez. Nice drive by Marquez. And now a steal in the backcourt by the Mustangs. Linker underneath. And they're going to call Linker. They're going to call Linker for the offensive foul as he tried to clear out in the lane. So 2:21 to go here as the Mead Mavericks bring the ball up court. Maher gets it over onto the far side to Bartholomew. Now up front, that ball was tipped away but taken back by the Mavericks with Maher. Now he's going to hand it off to Jacobs. Jacobs on the far side to McGill. Now up top to Jacobs. Once again, that three is up and no good. Rebounded by Dubray. Now into the hands of Jacob Ortega. Minute 45. Ortega with the dribble. Now he picks up his dribble. Now to Dubray over in the right corner. Back to Ortega up top to Marquez. Marquez is going to drive it, going to hit it off to Rojo. Now to Linker out. Now drives it down the baseline, and his ball shot is going to be blocked, but they're going to call a foul. And that is going to be on KJ Jacobs, would be his third. So Linker will go to the line to shoot two. That free throw is up and good for Isaac Linker. Now some wholesale substitutions here for the Mavericks with a minute 27 left here as Hayden Sock has come in. We have a number 24. I do not see a 24 on here. And that free throw is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Bartholomew. Now a three from the corner, and that is going to be off the rim and no good. Going to be rebounded by Graff. Nice job by Simon Graff on the and underneath the Graff, and his layup is going to be up and good for Simon Graff. 67-52 with just over a minute here as we hit the minute mark. As the Mavericks, Elijah Knutson, and we have somebody on the floor. I have no idea who his name is. And we have a number 11. He is also out there. Do not have a name for him either. As we're down to 35 seconds. That three is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Dubray. Into the hands of Noah Rojo. 27 seconds. Isaac Linker still on the floor, and he's going to go with the layup, and that is going to be up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Bartholomew as we're going to close this out here. As the Mustangs will go down in defeat to the Mead Mavericks. And now another steal by the Mustangs. There's Marquez to Rojo with 2 seconds. That shot is going to be up and no good, and they're going to count that shot by Simon Graff at the buzzer. So it should be 67-54. Mead Mavericks come away with a big win here over the Mustangs. So we'll take a 3-minute break and be back with the postgame show on B106 and B106.com. Fort Morgan Mustangs postgame show is brought to you by Morgan Community College. Morgan Community College is there to make your dreams become a reality for both traditional and non-traditional students. Check them out at morgancc.edu. Well, the Mustangs fall tonight to the Mead Mavericks, 67-54. It was 23-14. Mavericks led it all the way. They were up 23-14 after one, 49-27 after two, 62-35 after three, and come away with a 67-54 victory. A good quarter for the Mustangs, that fourth quarter, as they outscored Mead 19-5, but just came up way too short. So scoring for the Mavericks tonight was Nick Jacobs with 7, Maher with 8, Wilhelm with 3, Ward with 6, Ayers with 13, Wilkie with 19, Bartholomew with 4, McGill with 2, and Jacobs with 5. The Mavericks had 10 three-pointers tonight. For the Mustangs, leading the way tonight was Caden Edson with 10, Fernando Marquez with 9, leading the way actually was Jacob Ortega with 11, and then Caden Edson with 10. Marquez with 9, Nick Norris with 7, Andres Dubray with 5, Adam Cardona and Isaac Linker each with 4, and David Sarignano with 2, as well as Simon Graff, his 2 right at the end of the game. For the Mustangs, Mustangs were 7 of 13 for 54% from the free throw line. The Mavericks were 6 of 10 for 60% from the stripe for them. As far as turnovers were concerned, I had the Mustangs with 18 and the Mavericks with 21. They had 8 turnovers in that fourth period, but did not hurt them at all, as they were well ahead of the Mustangs at that time. As far as rebounding goes, Ayers led the way with 6 for the Mead Mavericks, and I had Nick Norris with a total of 5 for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. He did have 4 fouls, did Nick Norris. So the Mustangs will now go to 0-6 in league play, 3-10 overall, and the Mead Mavericks will go to 5-0 and 9-3 overall, or 4-0 in league, 9-3 overall are the Mead Mavericks. The Mustangs will be up next at Frederick. The girls will be at 5:30. The boys will be at 7 o'clock. Mustang Player of the Game is brought to you by Transwest. Transwest believes that customers are number one. Check out their selection online or just stop by one of their dealerships in Fort Morgan or Sterling today. So we will go with our player of the game tonight. We'll go with Jacob Ortega. He had 7 points in that fourth period for his total of 11. So Jacob Ortega is our player of the game. Mead, will note here, I had them with 6 blocked shots tonight, as a very tall and lanky group of players there for the Mead Mavericks. So once again, the Mustangs will fall to 0-6, 3-10 overall. They will be on the floor once again on Friday night, as they will take on Frederick at 7 o'clock. The girls will play at 5:30. So a nice job tonight by our sound engineer and producer of Fort Morgan Mustangs basketball, and that is Harry Curtis. Once again, the final scores tonight: the girls lose 39-37. The boys go down 67-54. This is Brian Nickel. You've been listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs basketball on B106 and B106.com.